Okay, we are back with Effect versus Team Spirit. Winner of this. Let's just turn the volume up on the game. Winner of this does go through to the. I think actually the go through to the finals.
5 seconds.
The actual LAN event, maybe. Just take a look at the actual the old.
Radiant team ban.
Warlock.
Yeah, it looks like they go through to the playoffs. Alright, okay. Yeah, okay, so there's going to be 4 people that advance, 4 teams that advance. So, winner of this plays up against the loser of the other group in this finals. Okay, let me make sense of this. The winner of this goes through. The loser drops down to the loser's bracket finals. The winner of that, the loser's bracket finals, goes through to the next group. There is going to be 4 teams that go through into the playoffs. After that, the team that makes it through the playoffs qualifies. So, from the 23rd, 24th, 25th, there's going to be another 7 matches to play. After this, we don't want to be hearing about this, though we want to be getting ourselves into the draft. As Dark Willow and Tiny are going to be the pickups by Effect. Team Spirit pick up the Death Prophet and the Warlock. It's going to be the Ancient Apparition, the Bane, the Dragon Knight, as well as the Phantom Lance are banned out by Team Spirit. And on the side of Effect, they're going to be around the Chen, the Sand King, the Witch Doctor, and the Lifestealer.
10 seconds remaining.
We just wait now for the final couple of bands. We'll be getting ourselves back into the picks. But yeah, winners of this move through. They advance to the playoffs. Losers drop down to the losers brackets, where they'll play the winners of Team FTM versus GG, which were also being called Backpack. So, and the same with the other group, Group A, with take a look at that one, with Navi, Vega, Gambit, and SM. So Gyro's going to be the pickup by Effect. Team Spirit, how are they going to respond to this? Is this going to be a Gyro mid as well? Against the Death Prophet. We have seen it. I've seen it personally run a couple of times. Pretty darn effective if you get something like, well, you've got the Dark Willow there, and you maybe pick up something like the Sand King, which has been banned out, or something with a gap closing stun. Maybe even the Shadow Shaman if you can get the Brambles down. Then get the Shackles on top of the Death Prophet, while the Gyrocopter just absolutely destroys the Death Prophet with the missile, with the... that would be another one, the Tusk. With the missiles, with the Rocket Barrage. The Death Prophet tries to heal through it, but most times really can't. Or is this just going to be another safe lane Gyrocopter?
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So, Effect, where are they going to go from here? I'm assuming this is going to be the off-lane Tiny. Dark Willow on that position 4 or 5. Gyro on the... either the 2 or the 1. And that safe lane or maybe the mid lane. Like I say, I wouldn't mind seeing the Gyrocopter up against the Death Prophet. It does seem to work. Does he pick up the Nyx? Yeah, the Impale. Good gap closer. Mana Burn as well works on the Death Prophet. You've got the Spike Carapace. If there's going to be any life drain coming out, or even the Bat Swarm. Spirit pick up the Razor. Illidan picking that up once again, more than likely. The Viper, the PL. Omni Knight going to be the bands.
10 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
You ban out the Underlord. What a spirit I don't want to be playing up against here. What have they got in their mind's eye as a hero that you just don't want to run up against?
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Still thinking about this ban. 1 minute and 20 seconds left on the reserve time, and I guess, I mean, let's look at it. The Death Prophet, the Razor's there as well. The Viper's already been banned out. Is there any heroes that you really don't want to be playing up against? I guess it depends whether this Tiny's going to be an off lane and this Gyrocopter, whether it's going to be the safe or the mid lane. Let's see what Spirit think of this, because it's hard for me to pin down. I mean, you've got heroes like let's see. I mean, you've still got the Troll, which has been pretty effective. It wasn't great last match, but we did see it earlier on to good effect. And your heroes like the Terrorblade is still in there. You've got, let's see, the Phantom Lance has been banned out. Chaos Knights are going to ban out the Queen of Pain and pick up the Faceless Void. Dang. Okay.
10 seconds remaining.
So, Faceless Void
5 seconds remaining.
safe lane? Maybe Razor mid and Death Prophet off? Maybe even Razor off. I mean, you can throw the Faceless Void in the off lane. I mean, that is the sensible choice with the Time Walk. So, that could be potentially what this lineup is going to be. You've got the Faceless Void in the off, Razor in the safe, Death Prophet in the mid, Warlock and Tusk as those supports. Meanwhile, Effect got themselves 50 seconds to think about this final pickup. Again, I think it's winning the Tiny off. I would like to see the Gyrocopter mid, the Nyx Assassin, the Dark Will as those roaming duo support pairs, and then something like you need something that can fight Faceless Void. Wouldn't mind the Troll. Puts out a decent amount of sustained damage. The Whirling Axes as well. If you can get the Bash to stop the Time Walk, that's not a bad thing.
Lycan.
You may now select your heroes.
Okay, they pick themselves up the Lycan. No doubt. So it's going to be ILTW. This, I mean, a Lycan. It's going to be a good pickup with G already in there on the Faceless Void. You've got, I mean, they don't have the greatest amount of wave clear, I guess, unless G goes for that Battle Fury. Yeah, FNG with the the Fatal Bonds. Phobos does have the Crypt Swarm as well. But we're just going to wait now for the game to get underway. Alright, hopefully we get no pauses. Hopefully we just get straight into this. Well, the Faceless Void has the Battle Fury for an item, though that wasn't quite what I was talking about. Take a look at the, get those old last hits up. Yeah, it's going to be a straight smoke out the fountain. Phobos. Looks like it is going to be that mid Death Prophet. Illidan on the carry, Faceless Void. So does G? They may even go aggressive here. Yeah, okay, I guess that works. You put the Razor in the safe lane. It's going to be up against the Tiny as well as a Dark Willow, though, which is going to be hard once you get the Avalanche toss into the Brambles. It's going to be hard to deal with, but IL moves himself down. It is going to be mid Gyrocopter as well.
"30 seconds to battle."
So Kinga on the Dark Willow. We got Afterlife on the Tiny. Through the entire lineup, it's going to be Afoninja on the Gyrocopter. The Nyx is going to be played by Madden, and then on the Lycan we have ALTW. Meanwhile, on the side of the Diet, it's going to be Illidan on the Faceless Void. It looks like FNG and Beaver want to be getting aggressive as well. FNG on that Warlock and Beaver on the Tusk. Meanwhile,
The battle begins.
he swapped the lanes around a little bit, moving G up into the mid lane. DK Phobos off to the safe solo. Well, I wonder if they move around the Gyrocopter too with Afoninja. Maybe looking to get aggressive on the Death Prophet. If he moves around to the safe lane, or to his off lane, I guess you'd say. We could be seeing a game of musical lanes. Aisha is going to come out to block the creeps. Avalanche is going to throw out the Flak Cannon already, picking that up as level 1. Again, just to throw out the Harass. Already got himself 2 shots left. As long as they can get the vision of G, they're going to be able to harass him down that way. Meanwhile, top lane, are they going to try and make a move? Kinga's having his life drained. The Ice Shard's trapping him in as well. It's a good combo with the Tusk as well, but there's going to be the Spirit Realm, and it could be a decent amount of damage. Just using it to TP away. To the bot lane. Leaving the Lycan on his own for now. Maybe going to be that Sacrificial Lamb as bot lane. Try and make a move onto Afterlife. They want to get aggressive with Tiny as well as the Kingar combo. Mid lane though, G getting pretty low. Is Gyrocopter going to rotate up? He is only level 1. So no rocket barrage there for him to try and harass down Razor. Ice Shards do come out onto the Lycan. Phobos. No drains, no Spirit Siphons. Bottom lane Tiny's taking the tree at level 1. I think this Time Walk's going to come forward for the harass, and Kinga has got the Brambles as well as that Shadow Realm. He's going to throw the Brambles out now and root Illidan. Illidan hides himself in the trees, but he's still going to take that Spirit Realm to the face. So up at the top lane, Rip Swarm being used to push back the Lycan. Beaver going to be forced to salve himself back to health. Nyx gets the rune. Ivy needs to back himself off just to keep himself healthy.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
G's getting pretty close up. He's going to be trying to drain the damage away from the Gyrocopter. And Nyx hides himself in the Roche Pit. Do they have vision on this? Doesn't look like they do. You want back on the bot lane? It looks like the Dark Willow, they want to gank. Okay, Dark Willow's moved himself off. They want to gank on G. You want to be moving in. The Brambles are there. Those shows the Spirit Realm. He's holding himself off to the right of the tower, but it just means that the Dark Willow can get those Brambles down. And the Nyx is waiting as well. Maybe wait for the creeps to push off. Oh, does the Plasma Field spot it? I don't think it does. Now they move themselves in. The Brambles comes out. The TP's already going to come in from the Warlock. The Impale's going to be off the mark as well. They're going to chase down with the Rocket Barrage. Is it going to be enough damage? It looks like it's not going to be. The Spirit Realm doesn't get him. Still got himself 100 of shelf. And I think if that Impale hit, What's the damage on that? About 80 damage. It keeps him locked down there for a little bit longer. Could potentially have been the first blood. Warlock's TP was cancelled. So, just that Impale being off the mark. Don't want to put it all on Madden, because there could have been a couple of other things that they could have done. But, certainly was an addition to why they didn't get the first blood there. Aishad's going to come out onto the Nyx Assassin. He's got no Spike Carapace, but there is no life drain coming out from the Death Prophet. Just does not have the mana to use it. Alpha Ninja having the damage drain. Doesn't really want to be moving up to the offlane as well. Because up against the Tusk, he can get trapped in.
Invisibility.
Bot lane, once again, the trade's coming out. All three heroes on the side of Team Spirit, top of the net worth, or top of the last hits at least. If you take a look at the net worth, Razor's just a little bit behind the Bash coming out onto Afterlife.
No.
Kingar rotates through onto the bot lane. Is he going to try and help Afterlife? Afterlife has gone for 2 points into the tree.
Dire are scanning.
So they don't know where Kingar is. They tried to scan, but he is, like I said, down here, so they know at least he's not on top of the Razor. We're going to be doing work to see rotations in. I think it is. It's underneath the Sentry. G comes up close with very little health. Will it in now? Getting aggressive onto Afterlife, but Afterlife's not going to carry. He just runs himself back, holding the point. Maybe for the Avatos combo. Kingar throwing a little bit of harass out onto him. Is level 3, so 2 points now into the Brambles. The latch is just for 1.5 seconds. 1.5 seconds. It's such a strong spell. Like, you get a few of them down, they last for 15 seconds. You walk into them, you get stunned for as well as a bit of damage as well on top, just for good measure. You can see why this hero is ban out a lot of the time. Afterlife going to be getting aggressive. He has got 1 point into the toss now. The Tusk going to snowball through. Are they going to be able to find this kill? The Brambles do come through. It looks like Afterlife should be able to get himself away. The Healing Word coming out from the Shadow Word, sorry, coming out from the Warlock onto the Tusk. Now Afterlife taking the harass, does have himself a tree once again. Trying to do what he can. ED spotted out. And I think this is the longest we've actually gotten in a match today without seeing the first blood come out. So both teams not getting desperate, but wanting to be making sure that they can prioritize for that first kill. Tiny gets himself a tree, just can't get too far up the lane. He is getting the last hit, so he's got himself 30 last hits. So if you take a look at the net worth now, yeah, sitting third, Dork up to fourth. In fact, Lycan having the worst time out of all three cores. They may be able to bait something out onto the Death Prophet if they get the Brambles. Lycan's going to go for the Shapeshift as well. They're chasing down. The Impale's going to be there. The Mana Burn as well. They're going to go for it. And even with this, it's not going to be enough, is it? One more Brambles, but the Snowball comes through. It's going to be hitting onto the Nyx. And Lycan's still going to try and chase down. Tusk works himself back into the Brambles, but everybody pretty low. Now, once again, decide to go their own way before committing to that. The Shrine's there. It's being pinged out. To get them back to health. The DD was ignored. It's going to change through to an illusion now. Void being left alone against the Tiny. Tiny trying to do what he can, but he does get bashed. He's not really got enough mana here to do anything against the Faceless Void. Faceless Void nearly to the level 6 as well. This last creep wave should be enough. Mid lane. So the Gyrocopter is gone. I think the Gyrocopter actually went to Shrine with the Tiny yet, just to get the Tiny's mana back. So Warlock, that's a decent stack. It's going to be pulled back now as well. Chronosphere up on Faceless Void. It looks like, I'm not sure about the item choice just yet on the Faceless Void, but it doesn't look like he's going for the Battle Fury. I mean, he has a Queln Blade. Could go back for it after the Ring of Aquila. So Afterlife, are they going to stack up? Maybe go for a kill onto the Faceless Void if they can get the Avalanche toss back into the core down the Impale for good measure. Afro Ninja picks up the first blood.
Just what I was waiting for.
And even the voice lines coming out from Kingar. Nearly 10 minutes into the game, we get ourselves the first blood. I think we're usually about 20 kills deep by this time in a normal game we've seen today. So, Faceless Void TPs himself back into the lane. It just looks like, again, he just wants to try and get aggressive. They're going to be moving the Razor up. He's got that invis. Maybe wait for the Courier. Courier? Okay, moves it. It was actually going to
Radiant structures are fortified.
the DP, as well as the may even find that Lycan. The Snowball's going to come in. Do they have to stop him? I don't think they can. Snowball's there, but it's going to be too far a gap that now Lycan wants to try and turn this around. He's got his wolf. The Curse Crown's going to come out onto Beaver as well, trying to chase him down and do the damage with the Brambles. Is it going to be enough? The Curse Crown does go off. It looks like they are going to be able to find this kill, even with the Fairy Fire. Ice Shard's not going to be enough. ILTW finds that last swipe with his paw and gets that kill. You want mid lane? Alan's going to try and do what he can up against Beaver. He's actually gone for the 2 points into the Spike Carapace now as well, which is going to be handy when things like the Chaotic Offerings start falling. Chronosphere just to buy a little bit of time as well if you can get it off while the Faceless Void time walks in. So Lycan going back now. He's got himself the Helm of the Dominator. 1 point into the Wolves, 4 points into the Feral Impulse. Nyx, he's got the Vendetta. The scans though they know someone's invis, they're going to be moving themselves back just safely. As it does wear off. Top lane, Kingar's waiting to make a move onto DK Phobos. Does have those raindrops. Just in case.
Dire's courier has been
Ooh,
killed.
Maiden. Vendetta, it was only a TP, but he gets the courier. That's good work. If you can't find a kill with a Vendetta, find a courier. You want mid lane? The Coldon's going to come through onto Beaver with the Brambles as well. Are they going to be able to find this kill? Missile Snowball's going to dodge it out. It actually dodges the Cursed Crown as well. Now Chaotic Offering is going to be dropped down. This Shadow Realm coming through. Is there going to be enough damage? The Wolves are going to be able to chase him down with IL. Shapeshift transformation, they find a gap, they carry on going even through the Shadow Word Walrus Punch, but it shouldn't be enough. Should be able to find it, and then the Chronosphere comes out. The Fear though, going to be affecting everybody not caught inside that Chronosphere, and IL is going to be running himself away. Tusks thanks his lucky stars. So that Chronosphere was still up.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Now Lycan. Shapeshifts down, couldn't find a kill with it. That all started with the Gyrocopter getting the call down in mid. If that Snowball had been any later, any later, that would have been a dead Tusk and a completely different fight. The Impale comes out onto the Razor. The Brambles are going to be there as well. It looks like they want to try and maybe chase this one down. With the Wild Ring Ripper as well as the Cursed Crown, they are going to be able to pick up the kill. And it looks like the Lycan picks that one up. With his Wolves. I think those are the Wolves that finish the kill. Let's take a look at the death summary.
Middle tower is under attack.
Bedlam. Was the Wild Wing Ripper that finished the kill. That's pretty neat. Missile being channeled onto Illidan. He doesn't have the Chronosphere up for 75. It looks like he is going to go back. He times walk into it.
Dire's structures are fortified.
And dodges off the stun.
You understand that, right?
You know what, mid? A couple of denies going Kingar's way. Just upsetting the Tusk. It looks like the Lycan's being left alone now as well. He's got a Tornado just to see any TPs in. Going to channel for at least the next 8 seconds, but this T1 tower could in fact go down. Tusk's rotating up now. But is it going to be in time?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Not with the Harl, it's not going to be.
Dire's top
This
tower
does leave the T1 tower on the bot. The Team Spirit to push in. They're going to be using the Exorcism to get this as well. Razor's in the mid.
tower is under attack.
G.
Radiant's bottom
There's a Tusk there to back him up, and it looks like Lycan wants to carry on going. He's got the Wolves.
tower has fallen.
At least for the farm. So Faceless is there. Doesn't have the Chronosphere for another couple of seconds, but it will be up in time if he wants to try and fight this with the rest of his team.
Radiant's bottom
It was only the
tower
Warlock
is under
rotating
attack.
in. No chaotic offer him for the next 10 or so
Dire's middle
seconds.
tower is under attack.
Man in the jungle sees G.
Storming.
Death Prophet's kind of carry on going. The missile's going to fly through. There's going to be the call down to slow Phobos down as well. The Rocket Barrage comes through. You'll Scepter up into the air to try and dodge the missile, but the Brambles, the Cursed Crown, even the Bedlam being used here, this should be a dead Death Prophet. And now back in the mid lane, it looks like they would want to try and go while there's only 3 heroes here. The Ice Shards trap the Tiny out. Walrus Punch comes through as well. Did they have anything else? He tries to toss away, but the time walk forward is going to be a kill. Chronosphere was committed for that as well. Which happened... not to the Tiny. Came out there at the beginning of the fight just to take down the Lycan. The missile's going to come through onto the Faceless Void. The Brambles as well. Only trapping in creeps. He's going to be able to time walk himself out. Now Razor caught with the Brambles. The Rocket Barrage comes through. The Snowball. And Alpha Ninja's just going to drag it as far back as possible. It looks like, was that the... wasn't the Terrified Curse just yet. Madden's in a world of hurt. The Walrus Punch comes through. And now Lycan, using the Shapeshift to try and chase down Beaver. He does have a Snowball coming up in the next couple of seconds, but it looks like the Cursed Crown's going to be taking effect already. The cooldown comes through. DP trying to get herself away. Illidan time walks himself up. They take down FNG on the back lines. AL getting himself a double, trying to go for a triple with the Brambles being there. DP up in the air with the Yield Scepter. Razor, though, the Avalanche Toss combination is going to be able to kill him off. DP tries to get away, but the Bedlam looks like it's going to be a little bit too much with the Wolves chasing down as well. They're trying to take as much life with this Siphon as possible. And DP, does he get himself away? One more right click. The Flat Cannon's not going to be touched, but the Wolf... well, goes for flying lessons, patches out the DP.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Time is money.
Now Madden. Right, Carapace, so not going to be... okay, just misjudging that a little bit. The Ice Shards did get a bash, but if the Ice Shards were a little bit further on, maybe they go for that, but he get himself behind, so they have to back up. Now the rotation is coming over. Madden. You see it, I don't think that Sentry Ward was in range. Pinging something out though. Ice Shards, they're going to snowball straight onto the Tiny. Where's the rest of his team? The upheaval is there, but the Brambles do come out as well as the Cursed Crown. And now that Snowball's down, it's going to be a 2-man impale, but the Chronosphere comes out on top of the Nyx Assassin, as well as the Tiny. The Bash is coming through, Lycan trying to do what he can. Razor coming through from the back lines with that. I don't think it's going to be enough. The Yield Scepter, the Bedlam keeps him alive for now. Are they going to be able to find this? The arrows coming through from the creeps as well. Meanwhile, Phobos does take down Maiden. The snowball is going to come through. IL still gets the kill. Now the Exorcism is going to be popped. The time walk forward, but the Terrifier is only going to be onto the Faceless Void. Kingar goes for the TP. Anything to interrupt this does not. Yeah, and I think Lycan...
Where's my pension?
Take a look at the death summary. That last bit of damage comes through from the Alpha Wolf as well as the Lycan Wolf.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So it really is the King of Wolves here. And Lane Maiden TD's back. He's got himself... It's going to be a decent room for him to pick up if he wants to use the Vendetta. Gets the ward down first.
Dire are scanning.
The scan comes out. It's going to see them moving into the Roshan pit. It's actually going to be the Tiny that picks up the Arcane Rune as well. He ward up onto the high ground. Are they going to be able to fight this? They've got themselves no Chronosphere for a minute. No Exorcisms for 82. Effect. Just going to back away from Roshan for now. Team Spirit. What are they going to be able to do here? Ice Shards once again. Chaotic Offering comes down onto 2. There's going to be the Shapeshift though. Lycan can't get himself out of the pit for now. He's caught in with those Ice Shards. The cooldown's going to be there as well as the Avalanche, the Impale as well. Razor should die from this. Will go down for this, but Phobos takes down Maiden. Now they may be able to get the Tiny. Will be able to get him. The time walk forward. No Chronosphere for 22, but it could put... Okay, with the Shadow Realm, it should be enough to TP out. Just couldn't get the stun. Nobody that could really focus there. Dark Willow able to get herself away.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I don't think that's right.
Regeneration.
But Ninja got the Aegis as well. So they got the Roshan. In fact, they didn't because he snatched, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the Dire took down Roshan. So he snatched the Aegis. See the Tusk? And he's going to come in as well. Do they go? The Impale's going to be there. The Blink, the Tusk combo, maybe. Yeah, there it's going to be. They take down the Face of Void, and now the cooldown. He traps himself in with the Ice Shards! Oh, he traps himself into the cooldown with the Ice Shards. Can't get himself out of that. I think he tried to push himself away with the Shards. It just didn't come off there, though. 11-6, 21 minutes into the game. Next being spotted out. Eye of the Storm already popped by the Razor. Now the push is going to come in from the Gyrocopter again. Still has the Aegis. BKB though now as well as the drums. Nearly gone through those... Well, has gone through those drum charges just as I say it. Ice Shards off the mark. Got his team backing him up. Just need to be careful about this Chronosphere coming out. So they're going to send the Wolves as well as those Necro units to do the damage onto the Tier 1 tower. Maiden sees the two heroes coming in. The Shapeshift comes up. Ooh, DP. Does have the Exorcism if he wants to use it, but the Crypt Swarm could be cancelled off by the... Or actually takes up the Spike Carapace as ILTW takes down FNG. Now Maiden needs to run himself away. Gets the Impale onto at least one hero. Goes for the TP, but the Yule Scepter is still there. And saving the kill. G is able to pick that one up.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Now Kingar looking to push out the top lane. Gyrocopter's there as well. Can he get a bit of aggression? Bit damage onto this tier 2 tower on the top lane. It's Tiny with his Blink Dagger. Just waiting for that combo. Dark Willow. Looks like they're going to start to come across. Yep, Blink. Avalanche toss combo, but the chaotic offering comes through onto 2 heroes. The Bedlam with the Yule Scepter Razor going to be able to survive through this. The stomp comes through from the Centaur. It's not going to be enough. G still alive. He's trying to run himself away, but the Centaur slowly but surely finds his way towards the Razor and finds the kill. They are going to be able to take the return kill onto at least the Dark Will. The Chronosphere does come out onto the Lycan now as well. The right clicks, the Soul Siphon's coming out, and Phobos picks up a double. Aiden on the top lines gets a couple of impales, but the snowball's going to be there. The Spike Carapace keeps him stunned up for now. The cooldown comes through. Exorcism being used. The Yule Scepter up into the air. They're trying to chase down Maiden with that Spirit Siphon. It is going to be enough. Phobos gets himself the triple. Alpha Ninja needs to run himself away now. The BKB is going to be wearing off. Yoda needs to turn back because the flat cannon was going to be a decent amount of damage. But it's only 2 heroes alive on the side of the Radiant. In fact, the Tiny TP'd himself back to the Tier 2 tower, maybe just to try and reset. Help out the Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter did still have the Aegis if he wants to carry on going. Cooldown comes up in 18.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So 24 minutes in. Kill a minute. They've caught up after those first 10 minutes. You know, they were taking it easy, taking a break. But net worth, Alpha Ninja is top of the net worth, closely followed by the 2 cores. Team Spirit, the Faceless Void, as well as the Death Prophet. Speaking of cores, it looks like Lycan wants to go on a chase. He's going to try and chase down here. He's going to find the DP. The Avalanche toss combo comes through. It's only going to be a short toss. Zael finds that kill. Where does he go from here with his creeps? The wolf form does wear off.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Maiden's going to find the 2 supports as well. He sees at least the Tusk. He doesn't see the Warlock just yet, though. He's going to see him now. Gyro's pushing out this bottom lane while the top are they going to be able to find Afterlife. The team's going to come back from the Gyrocopter after taking down the top tier 1 tower, tier 2 tower. There's going to be the Avalanche. Cooldown as well. The missiles flying through just to try and stop off that Time Walk. Is it going to be enough damage? Can they keep him stunned long enough? They can. The creeps take the tier 2 tower. Alpha Ninja TP's back, gets the kill onto the Faceless Void, and now they want to carry on going. Beaver, the Impale's going to be a little bit too short. The Bramble's off the mark now as well. Beaver needs to walk himself into the trees. G's got that Eye of the Storm going. Going to walk into Madden. The Spike Carapace though keeps some stuns off. Eventually the latch does break. You got the Avalanche toss. Right click. Beaver, is he going to be able to? Nope. Nope.
Only way this was gonna play out.
As the Shadow Realm is enough damage. Speaking of enough damage, what's Tiny doing now with that DD? He's got himself close to 400-ish. Maybe just a little bit over. Illidan TP's in. Nyx Assassin's on the back lines. They're going to get the Terrify, but it's not going to hit onto anyone. He comes into the tower range now as well. So they know he's there. The Chaotic Offering's going to hit just on the edge. The Nyx Assassin. Chronosphere catches 2. It's going to be the Lycan there with the Nyx Assassin. The aim for the Nyx Assassin first. Lycan's going to be able to run himself away. Even with that upheaval, he's got that max movement speed. Gyrocopter trying to do what he can to try and slow this down. Tiny's pushing out the bottom lane though. The Tusk is going to TP himself in. Lycan's away. Gyrocopter's away now as well. The Bedlam from King. He's just going to try and go for this tier 2 tower and then gets the Shadow Realm off. Gets the TP, and that's the problem there. Team Spirit have no unfocused stuns to stop this Dark Willow from being able to escape. Tiny just farms himself up in the jungle. Why not? He ping out the Razor. He's moving himself over to the Tiny now as well. Tiny with the Shadow Blade. Avalanche toss, the right click. Tossed back towards the Dark Willow. The Brambles are there, but he's going to be able to BKB. Heals his Alpha Ninja up into the air. Runs down for just over a minute. Curse Crown with the Monster Style. He's going to be able to break that one off.
Radiant's top
Necro
tower
units
is
being
under
popped. Terrify just being baited out. Try and force Team Spirit back a little bit. The Plasma Field is going to try and do what it can to clean off these wolves, the Necro creeps as well. The Walrus Punch. Oh, Madden could be in a little bit of trouble here. He's got the... No, he's not. He's not got himself away at all. The Terrify comes through. It hits onto 3. Phobos needs to run himself away. But that's going to be 3 heroes down on the side of Team Spirit. No buybacks to Tier 2. Should be a Tier 3 as well. They go through the backdoor protection. The creeps are catching up. And now once these creeps are cleared off by the wolves and his little minions, the creep wave will be there. This Tier 3 tower is going to take an absolute beating. They can move themselves down to the Tier 3 tower on the bot after to take this melee racks as well, because there's no Tier 2 tower standing there. It's going to be 2 lanes of melee racks. And the Death Prophet used the Exorcism to try and help in that fight in the mid lane, so it's not going to be there.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Start on the melee bottom.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack. Dire's bottom barracks
Could even just finish the job. This range rack's not going to be standing for too long now.
Dire's bottom barracks has fallen.
You're going to be able to get it. I think they got the dust off onto the Tiny, so he can't Shadow Blade away. He's not got the mana to do it either.
Dire are scanning.
In fact, he's not got the mana to TP. Not even with those int treads. Just comes up now. He's going to be able to get the TP away. Range rack still stands for now. It's only got himself 166 health. And I'm going to go for the super run as well. She'll be able to get it with that bounty rune. So King Madden could go for a 3-man impale. There's going to be the sentry ward, but it's going to be too late. The Brambles have dropped the chaotic offer and catches Nyx on the end. The snowball's going to come through. That's going to be a dead Dark Willow. No Shadow Realm to save you this time. Spirit want to be moving into the Roshan pit. They need to do this ever so quickly. The Chronosphere is available. There's no Exorcism for the next 20 seconds. But the longer they're away from the base, the more the creep waves are going to push in. Roshan is not going down the fastest either as well. Jarakops is going to try and do what he can to force this lane in the mid lane in. Wolf form coming out. Backlines though. The Nyx Assassin gets that spike. Carapace going to be cancelling off the anything from the Faceless Void before he can get that Chronosphere out. DK Phobos trying to do what he can. Needs to walk himself away now. Being chased down by the Lycan and all his minions once again. The Yule Scepter goes out, but it's not good enough. And now they find the Tusk as well. He blinks himself forward. But the Roshan Chronosphere is still available if the Faceless Void can do anything about this. I think he bought back for that as well. And walks himself up onto the high ground. Roshan is going to go down. He's on the ground now as well. So Faceless Void. Take a look. That was the Tusk that bought back.
Dire's top shrine is under attack. Dire's top shrine has fallen.
The mid lane. The range rax is still there on 166
Dire's
health.
top tower is under attack.
Afro Ninja just trying to go through the backdoor protection. Is it going to be enough? I think he's just keeping it low.
Dire's top
Making sure it doesn't
tower
regen any further. But, yeah, no Death Prophet now for 14 seconds. No Razor for 8. What can Effect do here? Necrobook up in 3 seconds as well.
Dire's top tower
Got themselves
is under attack.
the double siege creeps. You want to try and make a dive happen here. Afro Ninja going to come in, but it's going to be the top avalanche combo. The cooldown's going to be the Terrifier as well. Death Prophet's got the BKB off, so he's going to carry on. In fact, it was Razor going to carry on coming forward as the Death Prophet just makes way into the fight now. They both wear dresses. Similar heroes. The Impale hits onto the Warlock. He's not got the Chaotic Offering for the next 40 seconds. Trying to get himself away. The Shadow Ward onto the DP, trying to keep him healthy, but the chase is going to come through. It's a bit of a chaotic fight here. Afro Ninja is going to pop that flat cannon, try and do the damage. They take down the melee. It's 1 Rax away from Megas. It is Megas.
Radiant now have
Now the Impale comes through onto the Faceless Void, the Toss Avalanche combo as well. This should be GG. Beaver tries to get himself back to the fountain, but Phobos. Yeah, Beaver just calls GG. Lycan disconnects. Effect's happy they've seen this game out. And we are going to get good game just as the Gyrocopter comes back alive. That is Effect taking game number 1. It is a best of 3 series though, guys, so Team Spirit can fight back. Like I say, to take it to a 2-1, but Effect looking to close the series out 2-0. And after a little bit of a slow start, 25-15, 32 minutes in, 19k going the way of Effect. He did really come back. Team Spirit got a couple of good kills, got a couple of good fights, but in the end it was too much for them. Effect move on with a 1-game advantage moving into game number 2. We're going to take a quick break, guys. We'll be back after a bit of music while we wait for the team to get back into the lobby and game number 2 to get underway.